Hey guys, on today's video we are going to review and do kind of like a first impression on the new Nudestix tinted blur stick. I just wanted to show you guys how it works, how it looks on the skin. I thought it'd be a really good alternative for kind of like a foundation for the summer, although they do say it's not foundation, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that coming up. But before we get started, my name is Alejandra, and if you guys are new to this channel, on this channel I bring to you guys products that simplify your beauty routine or solve any beauty concerns. And if you guys are an all-around product junkie, please consider subscribing. I post twice a week. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started with the video. Alright, so this is the packaging. On the back it says you get 0.21 ounces, so that's very little product. This does retail for about $30, I believe. I'll put the right amount on the side of me. I got mine in the shade medium 5. I really do hope this shade works for me. Their shade range is kind of like, there's not a lot of shades in it. I think there's maybe 8 shades. This is how the packaging looks inside, and then behind this little wax paper is the actual product. I'm just going to go ahead and take this paper out, and I'm going to read a little bit about what they're describing this product to be. We believe a nude look is a perfect fit for a face. We're all born with our own unique look, so why cover it with tons of makeup? That is pretty true. It says, go nude but better. Is an innovative, soft focus and light reflecting mineral that creates flawless looking skin by smoothing and blurring the appearance of texture, blemishes, discoloration, lines, and pores. The overall effect is a soft, matte glow, never flat or blah. They give you several ways that you can use this product. The first tip is as a tint. The next way we can use it is as a blurring primer. The next one, you can use it as a blotting product, and then you could also use it as a highlight and contouring stick. I think this is a very promising product. I am into very minimal makeup during the summer, especially because of my skin being combination. I already swatched it on my skin, but I haven't really used it all over the face, so I'm gonna see how it works on my skin and tell you guys all about it. I'm not gonna prime my face because it also works as a primer, but this is pretty much all I'm gonna use for my face makeup today. We're all zoomed in. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my, I think that's gonna be a good match. And just put it on my skin like this, a little bit on the nose area. I'm gonna go ahead and blend that in first. And I'm just gonna blend this in. I feel like the sponge isn't really blending it out. I'm having to drag the product a little bit, but it still seems to be working quite nice. So just keep that in mind. I have seen other girls use it with a brush, so maybe the dragging motion will allow you to cover the space a little bit better. Wow, that really, do you guys notice it, or is it just me? That really blurred out and evened out my skin. I'm just gonna put a little bit over my stash. I think I waxed, but let's see if it does a good job of blurring this area too. Yeah, I think it did a good job. Now, I don't have dry skin by any means, but I do have a pimple here that is drying out at the moment, and I do notice that it did cling to that area. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it did, you kind of see some of that pigment around the dryness of that pimple, but for the most part I feel like it gave me a really nice coverage. I mean, at least enough for me to like it so far. I'm gonna do a little bit on my forehead. We were outside the other day and I feel like my forehead is like super dark than the rest of my face, so bear with me with that. But yeah, you guys, this sponge is not really doing well with spreading the product the way it usually does with liquid foundation, so I'm having to drag the product in, but I feel like it still does a good job of blending everything in. So yeah, that is the product on my skin. I did one layer, and honestly I feel like that is all I need. I really wish that I would have gotten maybe a lighter color so that I could do a little bit of concealing under the eye, just like very minimal, but I didn't. So I'm going to do a little bit of concealing under there right now, and then I'm going to show you guys how all the other products layer over this. But for now, I feel like the coverage and the way it evens out my skin, it's pretty good, and I feel confident in going to work like this. And it doesn't feel heavy, it's not sticky at all. I feel like it sets right away. As soon as you blend it in, it already feels like it's kind of like a nice satiny finish. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my concealing, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I just went ahead and did my under eyes with the Superstay Better Skin Concealer, and then I set my under eyes with the Ben Nye powder. I actually set my T-zone area only. For bronzer, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I like to keep my bronzer on the higher side because the lower that you drop it, you're going to bring your face down with too much shadow, and you don't want that. Bronzer, usually the higher you go, the more of a facelift it'll give you. So I usually keep it around this area, kind of like surrounding those cheekbones. And for blush, I'm going to use the Gold Rush Benefit Blush. This blush is gorgeous. Also kind of like more on the apples of the cheeks and then going up with it, so you're not dragging your face down. For highlight, Lani Strobe Light in Day Glow, 5 points of the cheeks, and then bringing it down a little bit and just really circulating this highlighter and melting it into the skin. I really liked how all the products layered on top of this foundation. Everything seems to be looking pretty good, and just keep in mind this blur stick is a lot lighter in coverage, so that's going to mean that it's not going to be too heavy on your face, and that's why I feel like my smile lines aren't standing out or nothing is kicking up around my nose. But again, the coverage that I get, if you feel like you don't need a lot of coverage and you're still piling on the makeup during the summer, try this, you guys, because I feel like this is a great alternative. Like I said, this is a first impressions. I'm liking it so far. I will go to work. After I get home from work, I'm gonna let you guys know what I think about this blur stick overall. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit or after work. All right, guys, I am back from work. I've had this foundation for at least 6 hours. And here are my thoughts. This is how it looks right now. I am a little bit shiny in usually my T-zone area, but I feel like I'm not excessively shiny. And because they do say that you can use this as a blotting stick, so I want to go ahead and try and maybe put some product where I feel that I'm shiny, just to see how that works as a blotting stick. So I'm just going to put it right here. Right here. I think that's it. I probably should have blotted first with like a napkin or something, but I'm gonna go ahead and buff it in with this brush. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. All right, so let's buff this in, see if it gets rid of any shine. Kind of like it. What do you guys think? I feel like it did blur out the oiliness that I had. My face is not as shiny as it was a couple minutes ago. So yeah, I think that's nice. It does say that you can do the same thing over foundation. So if you guys do choose to use this as a primer and then go in with your normal foundation, if you do get oily, I would blot first and then use this over those areas just as a touch up or just to blur out and blot that area a little bit more. Here are my complete thoughts on the blur stick. I love it. I wouldn't use it for special occasions or weddings or anything like that. This is perfect for everyday use, for those that don't like having cakey foundation or some heavy foundation on your skin, especially during the summer months. I feel like having that heaviness on your face doesn't feel good and it'll be like a melty mess. I did feel that it started losing its strength, I guess, within the 4-hour mark, but again, it was a hot day today. It's in the 90s, very muggy, very humid, but all in all, I feel like the stick really does do its job. It blurs any imperfections, evens out your skin tone, not heavy at all. You can use it to blot your skin during the day over foundation. That's an awesome thing. So there is my review on the Nudestix tinted brush stick. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. Consider subscribing if you are new to my channel. I post a lot of product reviews, a lot of hauls, some tutorials. I would really appreciate it if you consider subscribing. If you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.